Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about something that we've talked about a little bit, but it kept me up last night. So how many of you have ever been to a museum before? How many of you have ever been to New York City and you've been to a museum? Okay, so I was thinking about the Museum of Natural History in New York City, and I went by myself for the first time a couple years ago, and I remember walking in and I was so overwhelmed with all the different places to go. I knew I was at the Museum of Natural History, but there were all these rooms with different headings and different titles of each room, and I got to thinking, it's kind of like what we're doing with our text features, right? Okay, so do you remember when we were talking about taking a stand in this article about the Sioux and the pipeline? Okay, I want you to get out your article, and I want you to turn to page 4, taking a stand. Does everyone have your article with them?
Yeah.
Okay. Thumbs on your knees when you have your article open and ready. Doesn't matter as long as it's on your knee. Okay, so what I want to talk to you about are text features. So raise your hand if you can just give me an example of a text feature. Garrison. Bold words. Peyton.
A subtitle.
A subtitle or subheading.
Yeah.
Max.
And how to.
That's a structure. So that's, I like your thinking. What else is about a text feature?
A label.
A label.
A table of contents.
A table of contents. These are all good. One last one.
A caption.
A caption. These are all good ideas. So relating back to the Museum of Natural History, right? So I'm thinking I'm at the Museum of Natural History and I snap together all of these different rooms and I put them all together and what do I get? Where am I?
And where you can learn about all the stuff that's in that room.
Yeah, I can learn about all those different things in that room, right? And I can also learn about all of the things at the Museum of Natural History. So if you look at your article, I want you to find what would be like the Museum of Natural History. What would the title of this article be? Well, go ahead and look at it. Hands on your head if you know what the title of this article would be. What's the title? Who can read it to me? Grace. Taking a stand. And so just like each room had a different name, right? A different subheading, if you will. What's the subheading in this article? Kent? That's the name, that's the title. What's the subheading? Look right underneath it. See that smaller, bolder words in red? Right here? So what's that subheading say? So how is that subheading snapping together with taking a stand? Turn and talk to your partner real quick. What do you think? How do those things fit together? Okay, if you can hear my voice, turn back to me. So if we're talking about snapping in all of our text features together to create a whole picture with taking a stand, I asked my friend Garrett right here what he thought taking a stand meant, and then what it meant when you added the fight to keep an oil pipeline away. And he suggested that it was that they want to keep their land free of the oil so that all of their things, their food, their land, stays safe for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we see how the heading and the subheading can kind of like fit together to give us a bigger picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have other subheadings in there. We have other little subheadings, and they're in a different kind of print. What are those? Can you tell me one, Maddox?
In uncertain future.
In uncertain future. And what's the other one? Brady?
Different opinions.
Different opinions. So if we're talking about taking a stand, if we're talking about a fight to keep an oil pipeline away from their land, and then we have different opinions, and we have an uncertain future. How do those things come together to give us a whole picture of the article? How do they all fit together? You know, like a puzzle, we talked about things snapping together, or like Legos snapping together. Okay, how does that fit? How do those subheadings fit together to give us a big picture? Alex?
They both talk about their fighting.
They're all talking about their fighting. Are they like fighting each other, or are they like
Fighting to
they're to keep it or to keep it away?
keep it away.
They're fighting to keep it away. Good. So here's the next text feature that I want to introduce to you that kind of helps us. So when you're at the museum and you're looking at the displays and you're looking at the titles of the rooms and the titles of the I lost my words. And the title of the diagrams and things like that. Sometimes there's maps, right? Can you silently read real quick this little section about the map and what it's teaching us? And that might give us one complete picture of the whole article. Go ahead and look at that. It's hands on your head if you're done. I'm seeing lots of friends done. Finishing up. Good work, friends. Good work, readers. So if we're looking at that map and we're talking about how we have an uncertain future, let's think about that heading. And the heading of this map here says the shrinking land. How do those things go together? How does that map help complete our picture? Garrison? What do you think, buddy? What is the map helping us with?
In 1851, they didn't have the oil pipeline, so the world was good in 1851. But today, the world is
What's that label say on that
Planned
map for
pipeline.
today? Planned pipeline. So is it there yet? No, because planned means what?
It's gonna
That it's going to happen. So if we look at that green too, Garrison was on the right track. Look at the green where it says Great Sioux Reservation. Macy, check it out for me. Great Sioux Reservation. See the dark green? Okay. What happened to between 1851 and today? What happened to that green area, Braden?
It's not there.
It's there, but it's what happened to it? Is it remember the pipeline's planned, so it's not there yet. But what happened to the land? Just look at the green. Is it bigger or smaller?
It's smaller.
So why do you think the Native Americans are fighting to keep the pipeline out? What's already happened to their land?
Because there's not much land left, so they want to keep what they have left and not lose it all.
Right, and that pipeline might put them in danger, right, of losing their resources. Okay, so friends, as you're reading your nonfiction books and you're looking at your text features, you're looking at your headings, you're looking at your subheadings, and you're starting to look at maps and diagrams and labels, remember that maps have more information than just something cool to look at, right? Really dive in and see what that can teach you and what you can learn, okay? How do all of those pieces snap together, right, to give us the big picture of what the author's trying to teach us. So today, when you go off, I want you to mark a text feature in your books or in your articles if you're reading a Scholastic News. And I want you to mark those spots that taught you something more, that snapped everything into picture for you, so when we do our share, you know exactly what you want to share and what you want to say. Thumbs up if you understand today's task. Thumbs up if you understand today's task. Okay, so I'm going to send you off to your reading spots. Go ahead. Okay, so we were working on text features, right? I want to give us a little extra practice with our text features. So we're going to do one of these short reads. We're going to talk about the Great Barrier Reef, okay? So when you're looking through this, I want you to think about your text features. Go ahead and move your baggie of books on the floor or somewhere where they're not in your way. Okay, so before we get started, let's look. What text features do we see here? What's one?
I see
A map and a label. What do you see? A subtitle or subheading. What do you see? You're going to say something. You know what else I see? I see photographs, right? Do we have any bold words or italicized words in there? You can flip to the back too if you see them there.
I see another person.
There's more. Good. Okay, so right now, take a minute or two, start at the beginning, and read about the Great Barrier Reef. And I want you thinking while you're reading, what does this map have to do with the Great Barrier Reef and the other subheadings? How does it all snap together? Can you read to me a little bit? Yep. Mm-hmm. This is very, it's a tricky one. Barrier.
Sits just off the coast of Australia.
So, if it's talking about warm waters, what is that telling us about this part of the ocean? What is this showing us? It's warm there, and how do we know that? Because what's on that side of Australia? What's this article about? Well, right, but what is this key showing us? What's there? So, if the water in that part of Australia is warm, what does it mean? What is the map helping us understand? It's showing us what the reef is, and it helps us to know that the water is warm there, right? Okay. Macy, how you doing? Have you put together anything? What did you snap together?
Well, it's talking about
Well, how do these snap together? How does this heading and these subheadings, how do they snap together? Let's look at the key. So I like your thinking. It is showing us the land of Australia, right? But what's the other key thing that it's showing us here? There's an arrow here. What is that showing us? Okay, so this is the water. What is that arrow pointing to? What do you think? If it's talking about the Great Barrier Reef, the warm water, you think so? Yeah, and then look here. Look how it's dotted around that darker section. So what do you think that's showing us? Is it small or is it big? Look at how much of Australia it covers. It's kind of big. I know the picture's small, but it's kind of big, right? And then if this heading is showing us the Great Barrier Reef, warm clear waters, underwater life, a natural wonder, and protecting the reef, what do you think these subheadings have in common? Yes. Good. I like your thinking. Keep reading. Okay. How does it all snap together? So do you think that, like, if we were to read about the Great Barrier Reef again, that maybe protecting the reef might be something else that we could learn more about? So do you think this might matter later? part of the article and how we might want to come back to it later, how it might matter later. Can you often work on that at your desk? But take that with you and then put that in your book when you find the section on that.
Do you have your
Miss Liebert, do you have
Okay. How far did you go? So what do they all have in common so far? How does this picture snap together with this title right here? What is this subtitle called? So is this picture showing you an example? Interesting. And so how does it all fit together? That live inside the Great Barrier Reef. So what I want you to do, this says, might this matter later? So I think that because we're reading about the Great Barrier Reef and we're showing pictures and we have all these awesome headings and there's this map here, I want you to be thinking like, could this map help me with something later if I read more about the Great Barrier Reef? Okay, so I want you to do a sticky note in your own book when you come across something that you think, this is interesting now, but do you think it's going to matter to me later? Can you do that? Okay, I'll often do that on your own. Macy, can you slide over here real quick? Macy, come sit next to me. Okay. So, did we finish reading? Okay, can you read this to me? Okay, so can you read this one to me? That was excellent work. So if we're talking about protecting the reef and the natural wonder, how do those two things fit together?
This one it's talking about how much is polluted, like how much space in it is polluted.
This is? Or is this talking about, looks like I see some keywords here. Tourist attraction and snorkeling. So is this talking about pollution here? What is this talking about? Yeah, because why? What is the natural wonder? If it says that there are so many people who want to go see it, what do you think that might mean? What is it natural?
It's natural that people want to go see it.
That's one way natural. That's one way to use the word natural. What else? How about nature? What does nature mean? Animals, plants, right? Rocks, stones, it's from the earth, right? So a natural wonder. Did people make the Great Barrier Reef? Or was it already there? Confidently? Was it already there? Yeah, because we didn't read about people building it, right? It was already there. And if it's a wonder, does that mean it's like, ugh, yucky? No, what does it mean?
It means people want to see it because it's
Absolutely. So why would we want to protect it? Because it's a natural wonder. So you see how those things snap together? Okay, so what I want you to do is really make sure that when you're going in your own books, that you're rereading and you're figuring out like, if this is telling me this is a natural wonder, and this is talking about protecting, why are they together? Why are those the headings? So I want you to do that work in your own books today. Can you do that? Can you do a sticky note for me and tell me how two headings fit together?